Hi, my name is Philip Fabrizio. I am the Learning Professor PT, and I'm going to go through gameplay for the anatomy card game called Muscle Nerve Connection, which we created to help students give just a different way to study and a fun way to interact and study together. So the game is basically a game of creating runs, and a run is going to be a movement pattern. So you're going to get a series of cards that are either muscles, nerves, or joints, and you have to combine them in ways that make movement patterns. When you make enough movement patterns and you get rid of all the cards in your hand, that's the end of the game, and that would be the winner, provided they have the number of points to win. So gameplay starts with deciding who goes first, dealing out the number of cards for the groups, and if you have 2 to 4 groups or teams, we suggest 20 cards each team, or 4 to 6 players or teams, we suggest 15, but you can modify that any way you want. Sometimes the game takes longer, sometimes people want to add different cards. That's up to you, but I give you the general outline in the instructions. So I'm going to get my cards from my deal, and I'm going to start to lay my cards out, and my team is going to really look at them and try and figure out what we have and see if we can create some movement patterns right away, and what we're going to be able to do. So, everybody gets their cards, they look at them, see what they want to do. The team that goes first has the option of either picking up the first turned over card or picking up a card that's going to be just a chance, essentially, taking a chance on a card that they don't know what it is, or if they think they need that card, to pick that card that's in the discard pile. So you've got 2 piles there. You've got a regular card pile, and then you've got a discard pile. So at the beginning of your turn, you're going to pick up a card from either pile, and then you're going to look. So I'll pick up a card. There's my card. I'm going to add it to my group. And I'm going to look at my cards, and I'm going to try to see what kind of pattern I have. Well, I have a scapulothoracic joint, I have a dorsal scapular nerve, and I have a rhomboid minor. Those 3 things create scapular retraction. And I'm going to tell everyone playing, hey, we're going to create scapular retraction. That's our first run. Okay? So that's 3 points for us. Then I'm going to see if there's anything else I can lay down, and it doesn't look like it. I'm going to discard a card, and I'm going to discard that card onto the discard pile. Now the next team coming along can pick that card or that card, and then they're going to lay down their runs. If they happen to have something that matches one of my runs, so if they happen to have a rhomboid major that they can add to scapular retraction because it's innervated by the same nerve and active on the same joint, they can lay that down, and they'll put that down on their own set of runs and say, I'm adding this to scapular retraction from that group, and that's a point for them. Okay? If in the course of play I lay down a run or someone lays down a run and it's not correct, I can challenge that. If I win the challenge, if my team wins the challenge, we get a point. If we lose the challenge, we actually lose a couple of points. Your reference for the challenge can be whatever textbook you use. In the instructions, I've provided a reference for Moore's Clinically Oriented Anatomy. That's the textbook that we use, but you can use whichever books your program uses or what you feel comfortable using. I've actually created a table that I provide to my students to help them with gameplay as well. It's long and involved, and it really just comes from Moore. Okay. There's another option here for gameplay, and I've included, I'm just going to leave those cards there, I included some myotome cards. So these are myotome cards. A very basic myotome card, just alphanumeric level, and then a myotome card with a little bit of a hint, in case you want to use the hint card. You could use either of them, none of them. You don't need to use them, but it's just a nice different way to add a little bit of a wrinkle into the game. So if I'm in my team, I have a deltoid, an axillary nerve, and a glenohumeral joint, and I have the C5 myotome card, I now have a myotome pattern. So I have the movement pattern plus the myotome. I get extra points spelled out in the instructions. I get extra points for having that card. If at the end of gameplay another team goes out and I still have this card, I lose extra points. So there's some strategy involved with the myotome cards. And I have included in the game instructions a table of myotomes, commonly used myotomes in PT, with some references as well. But you can use whatever myotomes you want. I know different programs use different things in terms of myotomes. Gameplay ends when someone goes out. That person goes out is technically the winner, provided they have the number of points to beat everyone else. So they have enough runs, you add up all the points of the runs. They have myotome cards. Everyone else is subtracting what cards they have left, and then you determine your winner. Basic instructions are outlined in the instructions provided with the game. If you have questions or comments or suggestions, please email me. My email is on this YouTube page and link below. I'm happy to field comments. Enjoy the game. Have fun. I hope it helps you learn, and I hope it just keeps you excited about anatomy. Thank you.